You're hoping if you spin the chamber enough times, you're gonna catch a bullet.
It's just easier that way.
This is an extraction.
So who are the players?
Biggest drug lord in India versus biggest drug lord in Bangladesh.
Some mythic shit, huh?
It's a kidnapping. Drug lord's son. Clock's running at 16 hours. Proof of life as of 6 hours ago.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Film Optics review. And today we are going to be reviewing the latest Netflix film, Extraction. Sorry, I'm like really messing up. First on the new show, now on the review for Sunday. But I'm your host, Christian, and joining me is my co-host, Devin. How are you doing today, buddy?
Ready to extract a good review out of this one.
Oh, yes. They threw that word around there so many times. It's like I was like, oh, they said it, but I didn't think it was going to be in the film. But they said it quite a lot. But how's your Sunday been? Your weekend's been good. I've been watching the draft.
Yeah, just a lot of drafts, a lot of nothing else. Just
Beat Saber.
Yeah, actually, whole family's been loving Beat Saber.
Really. I guess that was a good investment for you.
We tried to get my mom to try it, but I don't know. She couldn't handle it.
So who's better, your dad, you, or your sister?
We're actually pretty even. None of us have gotten ahead of each other yet.
I gotcha. Did you try out the Vader Immortal yet?
I did. I played it. I played the first chapter on Saturday or Friday, and it's like really cool. Just having Darth Vader walk up to you in VR, it's so cool. It's so intimidating. He's just like,
yeah,
I'm Darth Vader.
He's real. Holy crap. So is this on Oculus Rift or is this
Oculus Quest?
Oculus Quest. Okay. And that's through your PC or is that through something else? Is like a standalone thing?
It's standalone, or you can use it through your PC. It's like the only one that can do that.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check that out for sure. It sounds really cool. I'm not much of a VR person myself, but maybe one day. I don't know. But before we begin today's review, you can listen to this podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, Anchor, Podbean, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio. So yeah, Devin and I decided to, like the rest of film Twitter and the rest of, the film world, all decided to watch Extraction.
The first new movie we've had in how long?
Since Onward. Well, should we count the Hunt, Emma, and Invisible Man coming straight to VOD or no? I don't know. I really wouldn't because those were already in theaters. They just moved them from theaters to video demand. So yeah, I guess this is our first. A while. Yeah, it has been a while for sure. So before we begin the review, everyone, to let you know, so we're gonna I'll be reading the synopsis here really quick, and we'll give our first impressions. So pretty much just a non-spoiler section, and then we'll just head into spoilers, and we'll give you a warning before we dive in there. But the synopsis reads, a former CIA operative is kidnapped by a group of terrorists. When his son learns that there's no plan for his father to be saved, he launches his own rescue operation.
Is that the correct synopsis?
I don't
think
so.
That happens in the movie.
Oh my God, this is a wrong extraction.
There's multiple extractions.
Apparently, this is from 2015. Here we go. The 2020
very basic
Extraction.
Title.
Here we go. Wow. I totally looked up the wrong one. I'm like, that looks like a different poster. Sorry. Let's read the right synopsis here. Tyler Rake is a fearless black market mercenary, embarks on the most deadly extraction, quote unquote, of his career when he enlists to rescue the kidnapped son of an imprisoned international crime lord.
Yep,
directed
that's
by.
correct.
There we go. Sorry about that, folks. I didn't know there was more than one movie named Extraction. But this was directed by Sam Hargrave and written by Joe Russo. And I guess it's based on a graphic novel called Ciudad. Ciudad, Ciudad.
Yeah.
So the Russo brothers produced this. Joe Russo wrote it and stars Chris Hemsworth. I'm probably going to butcher the rest of these names.
Hopper.
I'm just
We got Hopper in there.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Mr. David Harbour is in this movie as well. As well as Goal. I cannot pronounce these names. These are I don't want to butcher them. So it stars Chris Hemsworth and David Harbour. That's what we're going to start.
And the director was the stunt coordinator for the Avengers movies, so
yes,
that's why the action came into play.
Yes. So now that we have the correct not Tiger King. Wow. See, there I go doing it again. Now that we have the correct Extraction synopsis, this did drop on Netflix on Friday, March 24th. So 2 days ago. It's more of like I guess a true crime. Not really. But anyway, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to break down the series, or not the series, excuse me, the movie itself. We'll give like our favorite moments, least favorite moments, what didn't work for us, how this compares to our previous reviews, and so on and so forth. But I wanted to get your initial thoughts on this, Devin. Did you watch this by yourself? Did you watch it with family?
I watched it with my dad late last night, and he didn't fall asleep. So I guess that's a success.
Wow. What does your dad think of it?
I think he thought it wasn't bad, but not great, which I kind of agree with. I actually thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it as far as an action film goes.
Right. Okay. All right. Yeah. I would kind of agree. I watched it. I joined I do like a Netflix watch party with a few of my friends over at the Music City Drive-In podcast. Go ahead and check them out. They make some really great content. They also write some really great reviews as well. So definitely give them a check out there. Music City Drive-In is the name of their podcast. And they've been hosting Netflix watch parties every Saturday night at 7 p.m. Central. And this week, they decided to watch Extraction. I joined them as few other Nashville podcasters as well. And it was, I thought it was pretty good. I will say definitely the story didn't grasp me at all.
Oh yeah, if you're looking for story, like there's not much.
Yeah, like they tried so hard to make it so serious. And I was just like, are they kidding right now? Like what's really? But I will say the action was on point.
The action
spot
was
on.
Very good. Like a couple of the sequences, like the scene where he's in that like apartment building and he's fighting those guys, that was so cool.
Yeah.
Or that scene where he gets hit by a car and then the other guy gets hit by a truck and it just keeps going.
I think that was honestly probably my favorite part. But yeah, this movie, it is very it came out of the blue. I mean, Chris Hemsworth, as well as all the other Avengers have been looking for work for a while here. So it's I think it's a nice back into the business, especially with everything going on. I'm not sure when this movie had started filming prior to the pandemic, but
it's a very bad title. Like it sounds like a straight to video movie that no one was gonna watch. Extraction.
Yeah. Well,
it stars like Bruce Willis and Arnold Schwarzenegger and all those old dudes. Sounds like a straight to video movie.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing is, even as we've like experienced earlier, I totally pulled up the wrong Extraction. I didn't even know that there was a movie with the same title that came out in 2015. I don't even think it's like the same, like I don't even think this is like a reboot or like a remake. No, not really, but I don't know. it's more of those turn your brain off, if you're just looking for some dumb fun action. I know there hasn't been a lot of quote unquote quality movies out there since the pandemic, but hopefully, we have a few TV shows to keep us busy, and a few streaming services here or there, not counting Quibi, because I mean, if you're into Quibi, that's fine, but we're just not. But this movie was very by the numbers, and I don't know. I don't want to say too much more, uh, you know, before I get into spoilers. But did you have anything else you wanted to say about this? I imagine this is going to be a very short review for us.
Probably. I guess we
But
can just get into spoilers.
okay, everyone. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to find a clip to play of this movie to kind of just, separate the non-spoiler from the spoiler, for excuse me, YouTube purposes. But we're just going to head into spoilers. So I'm going to play a clip, quote unquote, and we'll see you guys in a second.
There's someone else in those woods, about 100 meters out and closing in on your position.
Move fast. Stay low. Go.
Tyler, chopper's inbound.
Down, Jim.
I need the boy! I won't hurt him!
Right, listen. When I tell you to, you better run like hell or I'm gonna kill you both. You understand? Go!
Get in the car! Get in the car!
And we are back. So this is a spoiler section. You have been warned. If you haven't seen the movie, go watch it. Come back and listen to the rest of this. So,
I think one thing, I think the side characters, like the supporting characters, I thought they were pretty cool. Like the one guy that was trying to save the kid, who was also like a badass mercenary. I thought he was pretty cool. And
was that his?
It was like
Sorry,
the one that his father threatened to kill his kid if he didn't get him back.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was going to ask. I wasn't sure if that was the the same person or not. I was like, okay, like I was watching the movie, but we're also doing a little side chat on the side during the Netflix party chat where we're actually like having a discussion of which mainline or OG Avenger has had the most success post MCU, and I said, well, it's definitely between Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson. Probably Scarlett Johansson because she's been in 2 phenomenal movies. But Chris Evans has also been starring in a few things. He's in the new Apple TV Plus Defending Jacob, and he also did Knives Out as well. But I would agree with you. Back to the review here, that the side characters I definitely liked more.
There was
I mean,
also like that cool like Laura Croft type character that kept showing up when she had that RPG at the end. That was pretty cool.
yeah, was that Tyler or whatever the guy's Chris Hemsworth's character's name? Was that like his love interest?
It was like the person who hired him.
Okay.
And then Hopper's character was pretty interesting. Their fight was really cool because they're just both so giant.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, what did you think of Hopper's acting in this one?
I don't know. I thought Chris Hemsworth definitely carried it. He had those tears flowing, trying to get an Oscar nod.
Oh, for sure. Well, so like, okay, so what about the kid? Because I did not take him seriously at all.
They didn't give him enough characterization. There's nothing you could relate to with that character. He was just kind of there.
Yeah. I mean, obviously everyone is watching this movie because of Chris Hemsworth, and he's been very successful with the MCU, and he also has his I guess you could say it's his own fitness program that he's been running as well. So, I mean, he's a fit guy. So, he's definitely making some money on the side, and I think now is like the best time to actually do that type of thing. But yeah. So when it, because
Did do you
when
think
it came,
do you think he actually died?
no,
Because that
but like
there's that last scene where he gets out of the pool and then there's this figure that's on the side. You're like, who's that? Is it him?
I feel like he didn't actually die because it's like, but like the beginning of this movie was the end, and we've
I
seen this.
I hate movies doing this. It's happening so often now.
Yeah, like
Birds of
before it
Prey
was
did
clever.
it. It's just like all these movies are doing it. It's just lazy. Like you don't.
Sonic the Hedgehog did it too.
It's like you don't know how to start the movie, so you're just like, oh, let's just do this.
Yeah, so let's start from the ending and we're like, oh, like, well, this is clearly some part later in the movie. I mean, like, if it's done well, I'm fine with it. But if they're just doing it just to like do it, just because it's, I don't know, because they don't know how to, start off
That's
this
what it always
movie.
feels like. It feels like they just never know how to start it, so they just do that.
Yeah. And what other movie did you say it started with this? I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you. That was my bad.
Birds of Prey started like that.
That's right. Birds of Prey did start that way. Yeah. But so, okay, I feel like we can compare Birds of Prey to this in the sense of,
I'd
more
say
of
the
an
best
action
thing to
film.
compare to this is John Wick because that's already been a
Mm.
conversation that's been happening online.
Yeah. Obviously, we all know Daddy Wick's is gonna
Yeah, like
take the crown.
did you see that picture that Boss Logic made with
Yeah.
Tyler Rake versus John Wick, and then the John Wick Twitter account was like, "Come on, really?"
Right. It's like, come on. I mean,
First of all, look at this guy's name, Tyler Rake. What? That's an awful name.
he looks more like a Chad to
Yeah,
me.
that was kind of funny when he said that. But
Yeah,
like, why is his
that was
last
pretty
name
fun.
Rake? It's so weird.
I don't
Are
know.
they trying to make it
but like
sound like Wick?
Tyler Rake, John Wick. But yeah, come on. John Wick's gonna take the crown there. Obviously, it's just there is no contest. Like I don't even know why. Like John Wick has had 3 movies, going to be 4, as far as we know. And I mean, versus 1 movie, like yeah, there was a lot of great action sequences in this film, but I feel like it was all for naught because I mean, even John Wick has a very simple story, but it's but like it's a story we can follow easily. We're intrigued by it, and but like this story, it's just there's no chemistry between Chris Hemsworth and the kid. As we said before, we gravitate more towards the side characters because they were probably the most interesting part. I mean, Chris Hemsworth, obviously, he carried the movie. I think he did a good job, but I just didn't like how they tried to make me care that Chris Hemsworth died, and I just didn't. And I was like, oh, they're trying to be like serious,
Especially
like,
since all he had to do was
serious.
fall back. I don't understand.
I'm not sure. Okay, so we've talked about a few of our pretty much our favorite moments, but like, what's like your least favorite moment from this film, or just anything off the bat? It doesn't necessarily have to be. It could be a line that a character said. It can be pretty much anything.
I guess I just don't like how the kid didn't have like any moments where we related to him. Like he's a drug lord's kid. That's not relatable for us to.
Yeah, I mean,
to
there
feel
might be.
bad for.
Yeah, I mean, there might be some type of, relation if you are a drug lord's kid. I imagine there's not many of them out there, but cool. It is what it is. But yeah, I would actually have to agree with you there. I mean, there's a lot of things about this movie I just didn't care because I mean I was watching it, but like it didn't have me intrigued unless it was, the actual fighting parts or
Which
the
there
action
were a lot
sequences.
of, thankfully.
Yeah, and then that definitely kept us busy throughout the entire movie in itself, and that's what I actually liked about it. If anything, we're here for the action. We're here to have a good time and what have you. So I don't know. So what was the last thing we reviewed was Quibi. So I guess oh my god, what was the last actual movie that we reviewed? What was it? Oh my god, I can't even remember. I was going to ask, how does this compare to our previous review? But I'm kind of glad this movie actually really quick didn't have like any like Thor references. Not that I can remember. I don't think that it did because I know in Chris Hemsworth's previous movie with MIB International, there was, the tiny hammer thing. So
Yeah.
that was funny, but I'm kind of glad that they're not, especially with the Russos being on board. Like you would think there'd be some kind of like Thor nod, but I'm kind of glad that they didn't because, obviously we know he's still in the MCU. He's going to be in Thor: Love and Thunder in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, I don't know. So I guess which really bears the question here, because I imagine we'll just wrap up here. We actually talked about this a lot longer than I thought, but would you watch this film again at all?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I don't watch movies over like that often, so it's got to be like really good.
That is true. You don't. I do, but I mean, I can't. Like if you're just rewatching everything that you have and not diving into anything new, which TV wise I'm trying to do right now. I just need to sit down and watch more Community and maybe Russian Doll. I need to finish up Fleabag, Barry. So many things that I need to finish up myself. But yeah, that is true. You're not much of a rewatcher unless it like absolutely like cause for or stands for something. Like, I mean, Dune's coming out 2020, obviously this year, but I did pick up the original Dune. I'm not sure if you saw that on Vudu for a few bucks through Disc Digital. So I've never seen it. I don't know if I want to watch that movie or
I
if
don't
I
know.
should.
I've heard bad things.
Yeah, I heard bad things as well. And this came out, it came out before A New Hope, I think. I can't really remember. It either came out before A New Hope or after uh, Empire Strikes Back. I think it was before A New Hope, actually, because I think A New Hope came out in 1977. I could be wrong, but yeah, I'm thinking maybe just to read the first book, to be completely honest, because I feel like that's going to be a way better time, much more entertaining. But getting back to this review really quick, sorry, I keep going off topic here. Let's get into scores. So out of 100, what would you give this movie?
I'm feeling a solid 75.
Ooh, okay. I was going to give
the action was so good. It
okay,
overcomes every story weakness.
right. I was actually going to go with a 60 just because as much as I do love the action, and I've seen a lot of people on Twitter saying, oh, it's just like a glorified like action sequence, which in a way it was like nonstop action. It definitely gave me, John Wick vibes, but I just wish there was more between just the two main characters, and I think that really drug it down for me. And at times I did feel myself kind of losing interest. I mean, yeah, like I would pay attention when the fight scenes were there, but I always caught myself like checking my phone or doing something else on the side while watching the movie. And if I'm not like fully engaged, then I think that's what kind of knocked it down for me. About 40 points. So 75 from Devin here and a 60 out of 100 for me as well. But I believe that pretty much does it for this review. Thank you as always, Devin, for coming on and reviewing these wonderful movies we've been getting. I think we can do the Willoughbys. I think that'll be a nice little palate cleanser. I mean, it's on Netflix. It looks interesting. I think we can pop that review in next week, unless there is something else coming up next week that we don't know about. When does Scoob come out?
Not till May.
Not till May. Well, we're almost in May, but we got up until this coming up Thursday. So next Friday will be May 1st. So that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, so I believe we'll just do the Willoughby review for next week, because I mean, especially with a lot of quote unquote new movies coming out, I think, a week later will be totally fine. People will still be watching it and what have you. Unless we can do like a bonus episode Wednesday or something, but we'll figure that out later. But other than that, I believe that pretty much does it. We do have a few other things in the works as of right now. Obviously we have our news show coming on every single week, and we'll also be reviewing season 4 of Rick and Morty, Lovebirds when that comes out as well, and a few other things. Star Wars is closely coming to an end as well. So 2 more episodes, man. I think one's coming out Friday, this coming up Friday, and then Monday, May 4th is the big kahuna. So it's just so good. I beg of you, Devin, just watch the last 4 episodes and you'll be set. I promise.
Okay.
But anyway, so as I've said before and multiple times before then, that pretty much does it for this review. You can listen to this podcast again on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, Anchor, Podbean, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio. And also you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Film Optics. Optics is spelled OPTIX. And I believe that does it, man. I think we're all wrapped up here. So we'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.